Welcome back to the Washed Out Hobbyist. As always, I'm your lovely host, Rob. And in this video, we're going to basically be taking a look at something a little different. Today, in this video, we're going to be looking at the assembly of the Vespid Stingwing team. Here's our lovely instructions. And, yeah. So, we're going to basically show the process to putting these lovely little plastic soldiers together. We're going to talk about my thoughts on each design, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. But first things first, there's one small little thing I am going to take a look at, so I will be right back. Okay, so the most important thing you can first do when building a kill team is to look in the instruction manual, or not the instruction manual, but the team's profile, and look at essentially the operative layout. So first of all, operatives that are allowed. You need at least one Vespid Stingwing, strain leader. So that is your boss. One Vespid Stingwing oversight drone. And after that, we're just, I'm realizing that it's just an operative keyword, so we're just going to refer to them by their actual, essentially, yeah, we're going to refer to them by their actual title. Now, you get 8 other operatives from a list of the Long Sting, the Shade Strain, the Skyblast, the Swarm Guard, and the Warrior. Other than a Warrior, you can only take each of the above operatives once. So you can only have one Strain Leader, one Oversight Drone, Long Sting, Shade Strain, Skyblast, Swarm Guard. And then the rest of that has to be the Warriors. So in total, you only get to bring 11 operatives. Alright. Now, it looks like you need the Communion Helm on your Strain Leader. You also need a Neutron Blaster. With your Swarm Guard, you equip that guy out with a Flamethrower. Your Long Sting gets the Neutron Rail Rifle. They are just handing these out like it's going out of style. The Shade Strain gets a Neutron Sting and a fancy helmet, and you get to put a grenade on it. There's the Oversight Drone. The Sky Blast gets a grenade launcher, and then you have just your Warriors. So, if we're doing that, let's see. Wow. Okay. So basically, I would say that the ideal thing you want to do with this team is to build every specialist. And then the rest are just, they're your warriors. Now, what I didn't like about the last edition is that there was almost never a reason to not bring all of your specialists. So it would be very rare that you brought anything that wasn't a specialist. Like, if you did, it's because you probably only had those options, or you really just liked the look of your non-specialist. Other than that, not really a reason to bring them. In this, there are reasons to actually bring non-specialists to the field. And I'm liking that. It gives them more use. Okay, so now that we understand that, now we're going to do this part of it, the assembly. Alright, which, first things first, I'm going to move this over to here. Okay. So first things first, we need to get the parts for B1, B2, and B3. Put that there. Grab some handy dandy nippers, which actually, handy dandy nippers. Okay. Alright, so here is B2. Now, if I had a file, I'd be using that instead. Oh, well, I want that. Oops. Camera malfunction. Let's adjust. Okay. So B1, B2, and B2, B3, we need B1. Here we go. I do like how your sprues can mostly have your parts relatively in the same area. So, first step, cutting off the bits it mentions. Now, second step, We're going to take a knife here, hobby knife, and just basically get rid of the nub off of it. Now, there are mold lines, so we're going to trim down on that. Jeez. One must be careful when working with the stingwings. They actually have their stingers. Now, as far as I knew with the old sculpts, they didn't actually... Which I didn't really get a closer look, which, geez, that knife feels very dull. We're going to get our spare. There we go. Which, as far as I knew with the old ones, they didn't really have, like, protruding stingers that were coming right out of their body. But then again, I didn't own them, and I didn't take a close enough look because GW did not make it convenient to do that on their website. But that's neither here nor there. Now, the most important thing you can do with this is great control over the blade and making sure it doesn't accidentally overstep. Huh. Looks like the exact same leg. Okay. Now, we're going to take our modeling glue. Okay. A little in there. Now, gotta make sure that's nice and tight. Give it plenty of time to dry. Then glue that in there too. Now, I haven't figured out what color scheme I'm going to be doing for these little bugs. But whatever it is, it's going to be cool. Okay, we're going to let that dry a bit. In the meantime, though, we are going to get body part, or B4, and start working on making that, ready. So, my thoughts on the kit so far. The parts are not in a terribly confusing spot like some GW products typically have been. Um, so that's actually a good plus. You know, and I mean like the sculpts themselves are just they're gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, now this little guy. Let's see. And so, like I give like the sculpts like a 9 out of 10, 9.5, 9 to 9.5 out of 10. Well, actually, no. You know what? I'm going to be fair. I'm going to say it's actually more like a 10 out of 10 for design. This is actually really well done. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. Don't know why I said 8 or 9.5 out of 10. Like, I feel like that actually might be setting the bar a little too low. But that's okay. Okay. So yeah, like I said, to be fair, hold on. Okay, so that goes right there, right there. And the instructions are not too confusing. Okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now we need B6, B7. All right, so let's see. We're looking for arms. Now this is where I'm starting to be like, yeah, oh, here we go, here we go. Okay. If it were a little closer, that'd be great. So now I will say, I think that's where my loss of points on, because the sculpts are great. It's more or less placement for me that's also fairly important. So I will say sculpts, 10 out of 10. Placing on the sprue, we're going to give that a good solid 8.5 to 9, because at first I was a little lost about where my piece was. Found it, but even then, wish it was just a little closer to the body, or essentially a layout that made a little more sense than it's just kind of all over the place. But again, that is far outweighed by the simplicity of assembling these sculpts. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. And like the mold line's not terrible to get rid of on this. I mean, it's a little like stiff in some areas of trying to get to it, kind of a thing. Woo! Woo hoo hoo! Yeah, that would have been an incomplete one where I'd have to pause the video to go finding it. So, yeah, basically though, there we go. Honestly, I think this is good. This is well done. All right, now we're gonna just apply a ginger or a gentle. And I guess ginger technically works, but even then, no, no. Okay, gentle amount of plastic cement. There we go. And that's doing a pretty good job of standing on its own. I'll applaud that. Okay. So it looks like it comes with one large base, or yeah, one large base, and I imagine that is for the servo skull thing that actually comes in here. Okay, now it says here. Okay. So, ooh, little much. So clean that up a bit. Put a little glue in there. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see. We need B9 and B8 if we're making this guy in charge. Okay, so B8 is the head, so we need that bit for sure. There we go. Okay. The wings on these things just look great too. Like, I am very impressed with essentially the quality of, product that this is. And honestly, scrimmage gaming or scrimmage gaming is skirmish gaming is a little cheaper to get into than playing the full 40K, or really like any version of a game, just because you need fewer models, you need fewer setup, you just need less overall. And even if it has like that initial bigger cost to get into to it, that's okay, because once you buy at least the initial like starter set and you got the teams you already want, or they are teams that you want to get out of the box, that's just, you know, it's not bad. I mean, yeah, you'll have to get all the stuff to assemble and paint them, but we're not going to count that in the cost. So essentially, though, like it is a good box set because you're getting a fair bit of terrain. You're getting everything you need to like just get started. And honestly, even to just like say, okay, I got this thing. This is all I will ever be buying for this edition. This is good. You know. Now, I do imagine in 2025 we will be seeing a new approved op stack. Okay. Now, the nifty part is I don't even really have to worry about basing too much. I'll probably like find what I can, do something with it, but generally speaking though, not bad. Not bad. I actually really like how that guy turned out. All right. So we have the what was this guy again? The strain leader. So we have the strain leader. It's actually a pretty sizable little fellow. So that's one miniature done. Okay. Next we need B 34, 35, 36. So okay, so here's body number 34. Like one thing I would like is if all of the bodies were together. Like that'd be great. All the bodies in one section, all the legs, all the weapons, all the arms. Okay, so we need 34, 35, 36. Well, hello, I think I found your leg. Okay, here is 35. Readjust my leg there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put that there. We're going to put this right here. Okay. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, that's what I would have liked for the layout. They used to do simple layouts like the what is it? The Berserkers of Corn. Um, from like the old kit before their range refresh. I really liked that kit. Sure, some of the sculpts looked a little derpy. Um, but essentially all the parts were interchangeable. All of them were in the correct spot. So it's like, okay, need legs? Got them. They're right here. Need body. Both chest and back piece. Right here. Got it. Arms. Got them. Weapons are already on the arms. Don't have to worry about that. Uh, what else? And then just assemble. Okay, here we go. Okay, get that in there. Okay, that goes there. Okay. Now let's see where were we at. Okay, so we need 38 and 37. Okay, here's number 38. Which I do love how instead of flight stands, GW got away from those, and I think that actually works out for the best. A lot of people think it does too. I hate dealing with them. They're not that great. Okay, set that right there. Let's see. Clean that up a bit. There we go. That there. That there. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think I got the gist of how to do this. There we go. Alright, let's see. Push this button right here. Nope, that was the wrong button. Was that button. Alright, and we're back. I had to take care of some shopping and some other stuff with the wifey. So that is why I am in a different shirt. Um, other than that, let's get back to it. Okay, so we need a dude with a railgun. Okay, like the railgun is by far one of my favorite weapons in 40K. Just such a good weapon. All right, but it looks like this guy is the team sniper. Okay. And just like typical Tau design, it does not come together in one piece. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's weird. It doesn't say what piece you need. Oh, there it is, B41. Oh, it does. It does. Okay. Okay. Now we need 39. Put that right there now. Okay. So I'm thinking about, for this, using Nagaroth Knight for the carapace and Thunderhawk for the softer underbelly, because I think that actually would be a really cool color scheme. But I don't know yet. Leave it in the comments what you think I should do. Should I do that, or should I go with a different color scheme than that? And we'll get a look at that soon. But I am gonna like post this video because I'm filming this video the same day as the other one that I posted. And so like basically this is gonna come out the day after, or 2 days after, because it's not a bad schedule. But anyways, so I'm just gonna have to wait and see. For at least from my perspective, it will be about 2-3 days to see what color I can expect for this. Yeah. Ooh, gotta be careful of that. Okay. Okay. Such an interesting design choice for this weapon too. All right. So first things first. We're gonna let's see. Looks like it fits kind of like that, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. But this really is just a good game system in general. Like, I had my issues with the last edition. I mean, there were moments that made it fun, but it was just really tough to wrangle in a lot of what was going on, especially since I was so used to the previous edition of this game. So I think probably best route for gluing this all together is we're going to do that. Do that. Uh-huh. There we go. And see. Well, that and a little there. All right. So let's see now how to comfortably fit this all together. There we go. Nope, that was not it. Okay, try it again. Sometimes you make little mistakes like that, and it happens. But when you do something right, and you're trying to figure it out, sometimes it just works out for the best, like so. Okay. Get out another 28 mil. Okay. Oops. No, 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 no. Everybody stick together. Perfect. And now, what we need is some wings and a head. So it suggests using B43 for the head. And now we need B44. Ah, here we go. I do kind of like this like twitching wing aesthetic that they're doing, where one wing is kind of twitched out and it looks like it's attempting to balance him a bit. And I think that's actually a cool design choice. I think that's a great design choice, actually. You know, and again, I'm really appreciating that everybody gets like a good like base to balance on now, rather than again trying those very awful like flight stands. It's one thing when you're doing like you know, okay. So it's one thing when you're doing a vehicle like a Nephilim fighter plane or whatever the other Dark Angels thing is, or like a Thunderhawk gunship or something of that variety. It's a little different because it needs that, because how else do you show that it's flying? So in that case, it's not bad because of the way they designed it, but the way that they designed like the flight stands for a lot of these models, it's not a very good design. And that's the problem. That in lies the problem with the model, is the flight stands just not that great of a design. Glad they're stepping away from it, because again, this just looks great. Like just troops looking like they are now on the descent or about to be on the ascent. Oh, this is the not good one. I have to eventually trade out those blades. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. But yeah, I had to go to Costco. Had to, do some shopping. Oops. Get some supplies for the house because, we as humans have to eat. Hmm. I think they should have said put the head in first. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. There we go. Okay, and that's 2 stingwings. Okay, so now we need 49, 48, 49, 47, 48, 49. Okay, so here's body 47. Oh boy. Goodness. At least it wasn't something smaller that you need, like a head or a hand. How many people watching this video have lost hands and heads and grenades to your carpet? The bane of the miniature wargamer. I have lost Star Wars Legion bits. So I had to improvise. Good thing that when I built Iden Versio, I went with my favorite weapon that she uses in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the TL-50 repeater, and was able to use her spare hands to give an Imperial commsman the parts she didn't use. Okay, let that glue dry for just a hot minute. There we go. All right. So one thing I would like to see within the next box set, after we get the Ratling and Orc team, I would like to see one of the bespoke teams that didn't get any attention in the last edition, outside of like balanced data slates. I would like to see one of those teams, or at least 2 of those teams, get the love and attention they have deserved since this edition, or since second edition had started all those years ago. Like, come on, GW. Like, I personally, one of the boxes I would love to see, or 2 boxes I would love to see, is, even though they are technically a part of the Angels of Deathline, is the Death Watch versus Tyranids for the Ultimate Grudge match, or Grey Knights versus Demons or Death Guard for the Ultimate Grudge match there too. Like, I think that personally would be like one of the coolest Kill Team boxes. And it was a missed opportunity when Chaos Gate came out, like, or Demon Gate, or whatever that game was. That was a missed opportunity to not unleash the Grey Knights. Like, it's just such a missed opportunity. And I am fairly certain that box set would have sold fairly well. But missed opportunity or not, they can at least, in my hopes, they can, do that. Do the thing that would have been so cool. Plus, it would give Death Guard fans hope. They deserve some hope. Like, I have a friend who, that's his favorite faction in 40K is the Death Guard. And he just the main sentiment I was seeing amongst Death Guard fans was just, how do I put it? Was just the Death Guard didn't feel like playing the Death Guard. They just did not feel like Death Guard. And it really came down to, 1 second, new page. It really just came down to the fact that the rules that they were playing with just were not thematic or fun. I mean, maybe the diseased bit of just like all the surrounding duders, you know, just feel a little sick. Sure, that's in theme with them, but it's like, you got to make the rules fun. You got to make the rules feel like they fit the Death Guard. And unfortunately, losing the -1 to, I think it was wound roll, really just did not mesh well with that player base. So a lot of people just kind of got out of their army, started selling off all their stuff for it, got out of the army, didn't want anything to do with it anymore. They were not happy. And my thing is, again, you know, rules for your faction should be just kind of fun. Okay, so yeah, what we need is... Oh, sweet, we finally get to use number 52. This is the Grenadier dude. Okay. 52, 56, 55. Ah, here we go, 56. For the glory of the Tau. Okay. So yeah, basically though, I think the Death Guard need a little more tender love and care. Some rules that feel fun. And thematic that kind of bring, the fan base back into the fold. Oh, I also need 54. I almost forgot. Is it 56? No, 54. Okay, so we need... Ah, here it is. I was thinking, though, it was kind of crazy thinking that at the time when they talked about this, you know, rumors down the line that they were going to add Vespid stingwings to Kill Team. I'm like, there's no way they're doing that. But as it got closer and became more plausible, I started believing a little more. You know, but fortunately, I had stopped believing in the addition to Kill Team. Okay. go. There we go. Piecing that all together. All right. Now we need number 51. The head. There we go. All right. There we go. Honestly, I would have liked more helmeted options, but I think given the very simple design nature of these guys, I'm willing to give it a pass. In terms of, like, they don't have, like, complicated eyes. Just, like, you know, do them all in one solid color. Maybe, like a white or a brighter color to, like, offset it. Okay, we're going to need one of those. All right, but we do need wings. 58 and 57. Also, jeez, it's a very pointy bag. Hmm. We'll just treat that like it got torn off because... Okay, there we go. It's a very well-designed shell for the back. Okay, there we go. 3 operatives down. Thought I'd be sooner or farther along at this point. Then again, I did have to take a break. Okay. Okay. Next stingwing is body 11, 12, or parts 11, 12, and 13. And 14 and 15 for the carapace. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab that out. Well, at least those parts were all relatively together. Okay. Yeah, mold lines, sometimes fun to take care of, sometimes not so. Just takes a long time to get through. Let's see, what are we up to now? 46 minutes. Yeah. Okay. And then the last piece to just shave down a little. So, yeah. Basically, though, I think I might only make at least one or two more after this guy, and then finish the rest off camera. Oh, there we go. I think so. Oh, I get it. There we go. That makes a little more sense for the leg. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. There we go. That one's a little more confusing. Dusted in there a little. Now, clean up the sprue a little. Hmm. Ah, got a little too crazy with it. Okay. Ooh, the Sky Blast. Cool. Okay, here's part 16. All right. Part 17 and part 18. Then we'll need 20. We'll take 20 out. And 16. And 19. Okay. Okay. That there. All right, clean up the sprue a bit. Hmm. Okay, so guess do that with it. Oh, interesting. Almost missed that. Jeez, that's gonna just fall to pieces. All right. Okay. Sure, everybody is on the same base size. There we go. There we go. And the Sky Blast is now complete. There we go. Probably should have put it back down here where I'm working. Okay, so yeah, now we've got 4 of these guys done. So a little bit of an interesting challenge assembling these guys, just because this is the first time I've assembled a kit with this much intricate detail. All right. Jeez. Okay. Let's see. Snip these parts off. Okay. So, I don't know. Let's see. All right. I am interested to see, though, in the future, what kind of more teams can we expect? Which factions are they going to be from? I'm hoping we don't see, at least if it's not the Death Watch or the Grey Knights, I hope we don't see another Marine team. Like, I think we could be good on Marine teams and Marines for just a hot moment. I mean, I would love to see like a Sanguinary Guard Blood Angels team. Like, that to me would be awesome. But I doubt GW would ever do something that cool. And, you know, I would be just as fine with them not doing something like that. Um, you know, but I digress. Okay, so let's see. We need 26. Okay. Okay, you know what? 27 and 28. Sure. Why not just get all those parts together? Is it 27, 28? Yeah, 27, 29. Interesting. Never cut like that, by the way. Not a comfortable way to grip the thing. I did it because I am, well, crazy. That's weird. Oh, wait, because I got 28 already. So we need 30 and 31. So one thing though that I do find intriguing is that Peter Cushing used to actually be a miniature wargamer. Like that to me is interesting. It doesn't surprise me, the gentleman that he was, you know. But it intrigued me. And that his favorite thing was historic wargaming as opposed to any other type of wargaming system. And that he would, pick armies based off of some historical figures he's played, like Alexander the Great. And, it's interesting to see that even, older gentlemen like that could still have a hobby like this. Okay, there's that. A little bit of that right there, like so. Okay, do a little cleanup. All right. But it is just one of those interesting things that you just, growing up, you would never suspect that like someone like that would even be interested in these kinds of hobbies. But then you find out and it's like, oh wow, that's even cooler. But I wonder though if Peter Cushing would have loved the idea that Star Wars eventually got turned into a miniatures game. Would he have collected it? Would he have painted Empire? Or would he have gone for the Rebellion? Just kind of like, where at would this man stand? You know, I do think that it is just great for nerd culture when prominent figures in cinema have had something like this in their life. Kind of makes them a little more human, in my opinion. You're not gonna stick around, stick upright, are you? Well, either way, it looks like we might be able to get through a few more of these guys. Okay. Oop. Well, there went that. Okay, give me that. And that looks like that could be done a little. Okay, I am going to finish assembling this guy and then call it a break until I finish more of these guys. Okay, see you soon. Okay, and now that is the entire team done. So, final thoughts on this whole project. This team was really fun to assemble. It had its quirky moments that it's like I gotta find this thing and hope I find it quickly. Um, you know, so again, it all got put together in the end, which is, I would say that this is pretty good. I might go over it with my own with some actual technical paints on it. But other than that, I don't actually have any complaints. So, well, this has been a fun episode to film, and I can't wait to do more. And I will see you in the next video. As always, I'm Rob, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.